Hi, Evgeny. Welcome to the On-Chain India podcast. We're super excited to have you here.
Yeah. Hey, thank you for having me.
Awesome. So let's deep dive. This year has been like pretty incredible. We've seen, BTC price, reaching 100K today. There's a hope that a lot of regulations and stuff, will turn out, which will be very, very fruitful for, entire Web3 industry. So would love to understand how 2024 has been specifically for Fluence. What were your top hits, successes and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, it was actually pretty good. We launched the token this year. It's been like quite positive, quite successful launch, and we've been iterating with the products. We started working on like a new. So we are doing the cloud compute platform, right? This is decentralized cloud. So there's several services in it, and we're launching the new one that we started working on in the summer. We launched in a couple of weeks. So a lot of progress in terms of product, a lot of progress in terms of token and its adoption. And I see the regulations for in crypto in general being more positive with the US, like especially driven by US. So actually, this year is super positive for us.
Awesome. Uh, you've like recently come to India. You've seen this conference. A lot of young talent in Web3 developers, entrepreneurs, retail crowd. A lot of influencers. How are you finding the India so far?
Yeah, we are second time in Bangalore. We were here also last year.
Okay.
And actually, like we think that Indian market is like really great for us. We actually listed the token at CoinDCX, the Indian exchange, just recently, like a week ago. So to make it more accessible for community in India, and also because we are building like a product for developers. Our main customers are developers. India is like a very important market for us because there's like a huge amount of developers in here, like cloud architects, software engineers. Like basically, it's all our target audiences, and especially with overlapping with Web3, like engineers. So that's exactly where we should be.
Awesome. How does 2025, next year look like for Fluence? What are your key targets or, what kind of, progress do you want to see and how is it planned, the roadmap?
Yeah, one of the things is on the product side, we are launching this new like virtual machines, which is analogy to AWS EC2 service. So it's basically like virtualized instances, compute instances that people can use and run any applications on it, similarly how they do it in the cloud. So launching this is a big step for us. Then we're gonna bring GPUs for AI use cases to activate AI, like developers use us. We're gonna have like a more integration on the token side, like with staking and liquid staking and NFTs and what we call compute fi, sort of like like token incentives around compute economy and renting of compute. Actually, like a lot of plans for 2025. We don't know. Can we do all the Can we have all the plans come into reality?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty ambitious actually roadmap.
Awesome. One last, question is, what would you be your advice for young developers and entrepreneurs who are recently starting in Web3? Given that, specifically in India, funding is a bit hard, right? There are not much of the homegrown VCs. So, how do they plan their fundraising strategy, and also how should their outlook be more from the community perspective and other partnerships?
Yeah, one of the strategy that actually works well if it's hard to fundraise, there are a lot of grants that different L1s, L2s, big ecosystem offer, and I know like a lot of projects just being funded by grants, and it helps them to build some MVPs, and it requires some iterations maybe, but that's okay. Like when you're iterating with your product. So you get the fund from one, like you get a grant from one ecosystem, then you get a grant from another ecosystem, and from third ecosystem, and then during this time you figure out your product and you get your first revenue, customers, and it keeps going. So I think grants is a very powerful tool for early founders. Then hackathons, obviously, like people also love it. You can get some prizes, and besides prizes, you also get the attention. You can get like real attention from some angels, and you really have the chance to fundraise. But overall, I think it's always like crypto is different from Web2, but in some sense it's similar. So you still need to find product market fit.
Yeah.
You still need to find customer who are willing to pay for your product. And this is how you can fund your product from what customers pay to you.
Yeah.
And this is what you should be focused on. Like launching meme coin is easy, but it leads nowhere mainly, right? In 99% of cases. So like it's much better to focus on the value you bring to customer and build it.
Awesome. Thanks for, coming, spending some time with us. And we hope Fluence reach the new heights in 2025.
Thank you.
And we see some great things coming along.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. See you. We'll take one photo.
Yeah.